It's a lot there. Too much for 15 minutes. Hello, and hello. I'd like first to say thank you to everybody who left comments on my last video. I'm sorry I've not got back to them all, but there was quite a few of them, and I'd just like to say how appreciative I am of that and the kindness people have shown me, and also to Super Pelic, who reminded me of something quite amusing, and I had to think about that too. And of course, following that is the apology to Edward, because of course he had pressed the wrong button. I was getting my knickers in a knot over nothing, and yeah, which just shows you how silly I am, really. Oh, would you believe it's gone out? I'm smoking that Astley's 1956 Billiard with a Silver Band. Just to show you all how fully recovered I am from my recent show of temper. Yeah, I'm smoking the old Aaron Moore mixture. I rather like it. It's an aromatic. One of its claims to fame, which I'm not. Well, I'll tell you what the claim to fame is. The claim to fame is that it was the first tobacco to be made entirely from tobacco within the confines of the British Empire. Now, as we all know, the British Empire no longer exists, so I think it would be quite difficult to claim that. And well, you know, it could be the Commonwealth, but I have to say it's now made by Orlick's and or Orlick, pardon, yeah, Orlick, and I would imagine that they don't buy all their tobacco from the former colonies of the British Empire, and but I don't know how that would influence a blend such as this, as it has a flavouring added to it. As it was quite rightly pointed out by Philip, it's though there is a pineapple on the tin, the flavouring is not pineapple. It's merely a sign of quality. This sign of quality arose in the 18th, the 18th century, where it became fashionable to eat pineapples, and because it was the first time that people in England could, and Great Britain, and you look at a lot of the architecture of the time and also furniture, and the symbol of the pineapple would be used as a show of your status in society. So it's not a pineapple flavoured tobacco. It is quite fruity flavouring. I find now some people. I read a lot of reviews on tobacco on this on tobaccoreviews.com, and a lot of people got quite oh, it's bloody awful, the mixture, and the. I like the flake. The flake's nice. I like the little size of the flakes, and so on. The but the mix is okay. I've never tried the pouch, so I can't speak for that. The tin, it is quite moist. I mean, I don't think that aging a aromatic tobacco will do it any good at all. I mean, the flavouring will basically dissipate, I would imagine, and what you'll be left with is the tobacco behind. Depending, of course, on the quality of the tobacco they've used, that you'll just have it's a mixture of Virginia Burley and Black Cavendish, that you'll have that remaining behind with the faint odour of what used to once be there, and that's not exactly how the tobacco is supposed to be smoked. So aging, well, somebody might have a different opinion to that, would not be the best thing for this tobacco. However, if I find it can be a little pungent when you first, especially when you first crack the tin open. So what I tend to do is I fill the pipe, leave it for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then light it, and a lot of that initial wallop of flavour, if you may use the technical expression, has gone. Yeah, so it's quite nice. Sadly, Murray's shut down some years ago now, in the either it was the middle 80s or early 90s, something like that. I included on my last video a little shot of the old factory. That is as it stands today. It's a shell of its former self. It's not the factory when it was alive and well and working. There is a website. If you put in Murray and Sons Belfast, I think it's Belfast. I'll find and put the link below, and you can have a wee look around the factory there, and it is in a sad old state, and it's been, you know, much of its equipment and so on has been removed, and there's you know, not much left to see really. But it's a tobacco. Oh God, I've set the ashtray on fire. Sorry, I had a bit of tissue. I'll be cleaning the pipe. I just set it on fire. Yeah, my grandfather smoked this tobacco. He was a funny old. I think there's in the old-fashioned smokers I have known, or people who were, you know, older when I was a kid and I knew, they smoked one tobacco mostly. I found. And my grandfather always smoked Errinmore. He might buy the odd patch thing, but he, you know, the thing he smoked the most was Errinmore. And he had 2 pipes, and that was it. And they were in a right old mess, I should imagine. But I mean, you know, if you look after these things, I'm often tempted to try and experiment for 6 months of just have 2 pipes, buy 2 new standard, you know, not buy, you know, but a sort of like 30-40 pound pipe, and then just smoke the 2 of them for 6 months with one brand of tobacco and see if the pipe's sour. I mean, you know, and because I've never had a pipe sour on me, to be honest with you, ever, and that might be down to the fact I've got a lot of pipes and I do regularly just rotate. I don't, you know, can go weeks without smoking one, but you know, I do have my favourites, and as I say, when I first set out on this journey, I only had a few pipes, and none of them ever soured on me. But I always kept them very clean, and so on. But it'll be an interesting project, and I think smoking an aromatic, you know, a flavour to that like Errinmore, you know, could have got quite nasty. But he never seemed to bother him. So anyway, thank you everybody. Much warmth and so on to you all, and apologies to Edward for kind of getting ahead of myself a bit there. But it was very frustrating. That's a lovely pipe, this. I'll put a few pictures of it at the end of this video with other things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your kind thoughts. Cheers.